Hello, hello, my friends. Same outfit as yesterday's empties video because your girl here has got a batch film while her kids are in school. But in today's video, we are going to be discussing some new reserve candles that will be coming to the Kringle Candle website this Thursday, April 4th at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, thankfully, I think for our wallets, there are only 3 new candles in this reserve line drop. I'm pretty excited to talk about them because, spoiler alert, I'm having a hard time narrowing down just picking up one. I don't know, you guys. We're going to talk all about it here. So, like I said, there are 3 candles. I'm going to go ahead and talk about each one of them. I'm going to give you fragrance notes, let you guys know what I think this might smell like, and let you know, do you really need this? Do you not? Can you hold off on it? We do know that these reserve launch fragrances they can tend to feel a little bit like the Hunger Games, where it's like everybody fends for themselves. However, I'm not really seeing. I don't know. We'll talk about this here in a few minutes. So, I do want to let you know again, these candles are launching this Thursday, April 4th. I don't believe that there's any PR that has been sent out on this. I am a Kringle Candle brand ambassador. That's how I do have kind of this information ahead of time. They did post this last week. They did say that we were allowed to start posting this information. So, you may have already seen some of these in the Kringle Facebook group or over on Instagram. But I do know that there's a lot of you guys who don't use those social media outlets. And that's why I always like to, if I can, try to get a video out for you guys, keeping you updated about these new launches. So that way you guys are kept in on the loop as well. But we were given this information last week and we were told, yes, go ahead and share it. So we're going to go ahead and get into all of the details here. Now, I do believe that these candles will be $34 each. I do have a discount code with Kringle. It is Katie15. It will save you 15% off of your purchase. That is an affiliate discount code. I do always want to say that I am eligible for a small commission on that. And I really do thank you if you choose to use it, because a lot of the time the commission that I make off of that, I end up like returning the investment back into my channel. So it allows me to be able to take a risk on purchasing some fragrances that maybe are outside of my comfort zone. So that way I can bring reviews for all of you. So if you're comfortable using affiliate codes, it's totally fine if you're not. But if you are comfortable using it and you choose to use mine, I do go ahead and say thank you very much for doing that. All right, so I will make sure that in the description box down below, I have all of these fragrances will be listed along with their fragrance notes, as well as all of the information again. That way, if you ever just want to reference back to it, I always try to include timestamps for you guys as well. But let's not waste any more time. Let's talk about these fragrances. All right, so the first candle that is going to be offered is just simply called Orange. And we've got a picture of just a nice juicy orange on here. Top notes are green, lemon, orange, mandarin. Mid notes of lemongrass, red fruits, and jasmine. Base notes of tamarind, musk, and amber. All right, you guys, I'm going to tell you right away. This one I think for sure will be coming home with me. I tend to love citrus fragrances, predominantly orange and lemon. Lime, I do like sometimes, but it's kind of like it's bringing up the rear. Um, I am very, very intrigued by this fragrance. Now, I do like Kringle Candle's Sicilian orange fragrance, although that has a little bit more of an herbaceous note behind it. Their citrus and sage is also, again, another fragrance where they're bringing in like an herbal note. You guys know I like rosemary and lemon, but again, an herbal note mixed with it. So I'm very curious to see how Kringle pulls off just a plain fruit, a plain orange type of fragrance. Now, last year they did do the juicy strawberry fragrance, which I actually still do have some of that in my collection. I will be pulling it out pretty soon. And that was really nice because it was very authentic. It wasn't candied. It smelled a lot like the strawberry that you would find on a vine. So this to me, I'm very curious to see, is this going to smell like a fresh orange? You guys know that one of my favorite orange fragrances is Homeworks' Valencia Orange. But even that, I will concede, is more of like a popsicle fresh orange type of fragrance. So I'm just very, very curious to see how they do this one. I do believe that this is a candle that will be coming home with me when it goes live because my interest is peaked. I also know that orange for me is a fragrance that it can blend with a lot of other fragrances currently in my collection. It's one that it's very versatile in my candle collection. So yeah, definitely I think your girl is going to have that one. The next fragrance that is being offered is just simply called Pear. So, top notes of juicy pear, sour apple, sweet lemon. Mid notes of candy violet, crushed spearmint, orange peel. Base notes of sheer patchouli, dewy cedar, and white musk. All right, you guys. So, again, I'm intrigued by this candle. I feel like this is part of why I don't want to purchase it now, but then also part of me is thinking like, well, maybe I do. Pear fragrances I typically think of as being summer to fall transitional scents. I typically like to burn pear fragrances in August and September because I'm starting to be done by that point with all of the coconut and the banana and all of the summer like sunscreen type of, like by then I'm over summer. Now granted, I live in Arizona. Summer is still extended all the way until late October here. You guys, if you're going to be here with me, you're just going to have to accept that I am going to lament. Trust me, every September I'm going to be mad that most of y'all are experiencing fall and I am still roasting away at 100 degrees. So by the month of September, I'm usually ready to transition out of summer fragrances. And pear is usually the fragrance that I will lean towards. Now, that's part of why, so that's why I'm a little bit like, do I need to purchase this now? Because I don't see myself burning it until probably August. And yet at the same time, I'm kind of at the point where I feel like my collection for summer fragrances is bursting at the seams. And so maybe I do need to be looking forward to purchasing some fall fragrances. I know for most of you guys don't have to. I'm going to tell you guys right now, you don't have to. But as somebody who's reviewing content on YouTube and I want to be relevant to what is being released, unfortunately, sometimes I'm always having to think another season ahead. So I don't know, you guys. The crushed spearmint note in that mid note is making me a little bit nervous because I minty notes besides like a peppermint note around the like holidays or like just coming into January. I do like peppermint around that time, but spearmint is not really a fragrance that I typically gravitate towards. It reminds me a little bit too much of chewing gum. So that's making me a little bit nervous about that one. Sheer patchouli, cedar, and white musk. That to me is making me think that this fragrance might be maybe slightly perfumey or cologne like. Honestly, you guys, I think that this is a fragrance I might let another ambassador or other people, I might wait and see what some people are picking up on this one. I'm intrigued by it, but I would say that of the three, this one is probably number 3 for me. All right. And then the last candle that we have being released this Thursday is called Psychedelic Citrus. Top notes of sparkling orange, lime fizz, grapefruit glow. Mid notes of sweet strawberry, apricot nectar, and lush watermelon. Base notes of sugar crystals and solar musk. Give me just a moment, you guys, because I feel a coughing fit coming on. I'm dealing with allergies right now, and I need a sip of water. Just a side note, any of you guys who are ever considering moving to Arizona, we have beautiful weather this time of year. Absolutely. We have beautiful winters. I told you, we roast our heinies off in the summertime. We've got venomous snakes and spiders and scorpions. And we also, during this time of year, fun fact, lots and lots of allergens here in the desert. And I've never been one who has allergies, but boy, I'm having to take that allergy medication a lot this year because stuff is blooming for sure. So thank you very much for giving me that water break. All right, let's dive back into the psychedelic citrus. So the this candle to me is probably the most intriguing of the 3. I will say that the orange fragrance is a no-brainer purchase for me. I'm definitely going to purchase that one. This one, the more that I look at this, I definitely see myself purchasing this candle. Sparkling orange, lime fizz. This to me, for whatever reason, I'm thinking that this is going to have maybe a little bit more of an effervescent quality to it just because I'm seeing lime fizz, sparkling orange. Anytime I see sparkling or fizz, I'm definitely thinking like an effervescence behind it. But then I'm also just intrigued that they're putting in sweet strawberry and an apricot nectar and watermelon. Like they're putting in a lot of summer fruits in this blend. So it's one that's definitely just intriguing me. It also seems like it's going to be one that's got a little bit of sweetness to it with the sugar crystals and the solar musk. I'm pretty intrigued by it. I definitely think that I can find a place for it in my collection. Again, it doesn't look like it would maybe be as versatile as maybe just a plain orange fragrance, but it is one that I am somebody who loves citrus fragrances enough that I feel comfortable going out on a limb and going ahead and trying this one out for all of you guys. So I think at this point, for sure, I will be picking up the psychedelic citrus and the orange. The pear, I am still on the fence about. I may when it comes launch day. You know, we all know how this goes. We have our mindset that like, no, we're not going to buy too much, and then sure enough, FOMO gets the best of us and we end up going wild. But I really truthfully am trying to be very cognizant about the candles that I am bringing into my collection this month. Later on this week, in fact, this weekend, I will be posting my homeworks haul from National Fragrance Week. Spoiler alert, you guys, I went a little wild there, which is why I'm trying to scale back on what I'm purchasing in the month of April. I told myself that I only wanted to purchase 5 new candles in the month of April, and here we go. I might already have been purchasing 3 out of the 5 in this first week. I am thankful that Kringle did give us a little bit of a break for a couple of weeks at least. It felt like for a month there that we were getting new launches every week from Kringle. I'm really optimistic and hopeful that they don't do that to us this month, but who knows, you guys. Fun little fact, again, pulling back the curtain. You guys know I always like to be very transparent with you. A lot of the time, the Kringle ambassadors, we do not really get information on the special edition or reserve launches. Usually, we will get information about a week to a week and a half prior to the launch. There have been times, actually, like I'm thinking of the Easter launch. We were only notified about the Easter launch a couple of days before that dropped. So I think a lot of that has to do with what's on the manufacturing docket for Kringle. Kringle, fun fact, does pour for other candle companies, and so I think sometimes their schedule has to kind of fall in line with the contracts that they have with other companies, which is why sometimes we get these last minute like, oh yeah, we're going to go ahead and be launching these products, because they kind of have to wait to see if they can pour them. I don't know all the ins and outs behind it, but I do just want to let you guys know that as brand ambassadors, we usually only get that information, like I said, a week to a week and a half before these launches go live. The only time that usually we have more advanced notice is usually for like seasonal lineups. So say, for example, like the spring and summer launch, we knew about that about 3 weeks before it launched. Same with, I would anticipate, fall, holiday, Christmas. Halloween, I know, is a big one for them, so we might get a little bit, I know that they plan out for that, so we might get some information a little bit further out from that. But otherwise, we are kind of kept in the dark on that. Also wanted to address, if you're in the Kringle fan group on Facebook, we do have somebody, she's actually one of, I think it's actually her group, Maura, I think is her name. She's been teasing some fall and winter releases that are coming on there. My contact at Kringle has notified me that the reason that she is able kind of to see some of these previews is because I believe that she is located in Europe. And in Europe, their buyers there that bring a lot of Kringle products into like local stores or maybe boutiques or whatnot, they are sent the catalog early in advance, so that way they know what they need to order to stock in their stores, because again, overseas, shipping overseas probably entails a little bit more. But I believe that this individual probably has a contact. She probably has a buyer over there in Europe who's kind of supplying this information for her. So that way, if I just always like to peel back the curtain for you guys to let you guys know. That's why you haven't really heard any of the ambassadors talking about releases that, quite frankly, are really far down the line for us. And why sometimes like it seems like, oh, we're just suddenly sharing information with you. Just kind of, again, being open and honest and vulnerable and sharing with you guys. This is just how information is given to us. So anyways, I hope that tangent there wasn't too much for you guys. I hope you found that a little bit interesting. But yes, 3 new fragrances, possibly 3 new candles making their way into my collection this month. Let me know in the comment box down below. Do you plan to purchase any of these? Are you guys tapped out? Are you guys like, nope, nope, I'm sticking to a no buy this month? Or maybe I'm just going to enjoy my summer collection. Or maybe some of you are like, nope, not passing this one up. This is absolutely my cup of tea. Give me all of them. Give me the orange. Give me the psychedelic citrus. Give me pear. I would be curious to hear your thoughts. Once again, don't forget that I do have a discount code Katie15 that will save you 15% off of your purchase. But I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please make sure you hit that thumbs up button. It helps me with the old YouTube algorithm. If you're coming across my channel for the first time, hi, I'm Katie. I love to talk all things candles here on my channel. I like to keep you guys updated with videos like this. I have usually a bi-monthly candle chat series. There will only be one of those this month, and I will explain why when that video goes up. I also do empties and dedicated reviews, and I have a candle collection series where, again, I talk about intentionality in my candle collection, and I encourage you to do the same. So we just have all kinds of fun candle talk around here, and if you find yourself wanting to stick around for more of it, please hit that subscribe button before you get on out of here. I do want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today, and until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.